These are the two wheels with the bushings I had to replace. You can see how nice and freely they're spinning. And the end play is very good on them. First one, and the star wheel. They're looking very good. Right, last thing we're going to do is I'll take the top plate off and remove the wheels. Put them back into our foam block over there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to burnish those two holes. So we have to find a burnisher initially that's going to fit and to do the job. And I think that may be, no, that's a good one. Alright, that one there's the right size. What we do now is keeping the burnisher at 90 degrees, the same as we had the cutting broach. We just spin it round inside the bushing. While we're doing that, we're work hardening it, which will make the brass a little bit harder so that it won't wear out quite as quickly. Nope, that one fits good. So it won't wear out quite as quickly when the steel pivots are turning in them. Just turn that round and that's all it takes. Put that down, I'll grab the other plate, use the same size that goes in that bushing there. Turn it round, backwards and forwards, 6 or 8 turns, and that's the first one for the star wheel. Put the smoothing broach in, spin it round, backwards and forwards, 6 or 8 times is about all it takes. Remove that and then get the next size up, which we need for this guy down here. Then get the next size up, which we need for this guy down here, and put it in and spin it round. Half a dozen times or so, that's all it takes. And we've now burnished inside both those bushings. Right, what we'll do now is we'll put the movement together and oil it, and then I'll put it up in a test stand and we'll test it for accuracy for time. Well, we're ready to start putting the mainsprings back into the barrel. We'll start off with the strike side mainspring that I've already cleaned and greased. Here it is inside the bag marked strike. We put the mainspring back into the barrel. We took it out, make sure it's from the right train of the clock, simply because you don't know whether the strike side and or the going side springs, mainsprings, are original. You don't know if someone's replaced one. It might be a bit shorter, might be a bit longer. And the other option is that it may have had a crack in the hole end and someone's cut a section out and put a new hole end in it. So there's a few different options as to why the mainsprings might be different length. So that's why you put it back in the barrel that you got it out of. Alright, now next thing is we check and make sure that the sleeve fits the barrel. That's the one we had before. You see it fits the barrel, not too big, not too small, it's the right size. So we'll slide that over the spring winder. Now we put the winding arbor into the chuck, tighten it down. We'll put the spring on, checking to make sure that it's going the right way. I'll reverse the flow of the winder and we'll make sure it catches. It's a bit loose. Tighten that up. Yep, alright, that's what we want. So using one of the hooks down here, we'll hook that into the mainspring. I'll wind it up a couple of turns to shrink it down a bit. I was about to put the safety on there to hold it in place so that didn't happen. So we'll start again, put the hook on, hold the spring, put the safety on there, wind it down. And now, holding the side of the mainspring, we wind it down, compress it, and we'll soon see a little bit of grease starting to come out of the side of the mainspring. Now that's pretty much wound up, it won't go much more than that. You'll see there's little bits of grease coming out of my hand there. I'll get a bit of cloth, we'll wipe both sides of the spring, getting rid of any excess grease on there. Now, taking the sleeve, we slide it across the top of the spring, and then we need to wind it back about a half an inch, which is about that amount, from where that hook is to there. A bit over half an inch. That'll give us plenty of room when we're trying to catch that pin in there in the barrel when we're putting the spring into it. Alright, now Reverse the flow of the winder. Let it wind down slowly. And the tension of the spring will be completely contained in that sleeve. Right, we'll take that off now. Undo the winding arbor, take the sleeve out of the chuck, and there it is. You can see that the spring is fully contained within the sleeve. A little bit more grease there, excess grease I'll take off, and a little bit on that side. Not much, but I'll give it a wipe round while we're at it. Right. That's better with my leather glove on. Now we just spin the sleeve round until you can see that the mainspring is caught on that hook. Okay, now that the sleeve's caught inside the hook on the barrel here, we put it back onto the spring winder, tighten it down, reverse the flow, and then holding the barrel with your gloved hand, turn the spring winder, which tightens up the spring. You can see there the sleeves come loose. Reverse the flow and then slowly let down spring winder. And take the barrel and the winding arbor out of the machine. And there we have it. There's our barrel with a cleaned and greased spring in it, ready to be put back into the movement, which we'll be doing in a couple of minutes. I'll put the other mainspring back into its barrel. There they are. You can see them both together there. This is the going side train mainspring. That's the strike side train mainspring. They've both been cleaned, greased, and back in their respective barrels. We'll put the cap on them now, and then we'll start to put the movement back together again.